when the Jews return to Zion and a comet fills the skies, the Holy Roman Empire rises, and then you and I must die. From the eternal sea he rises, creating armies on either shore, turning man against his brother, until man exists no more. Grim words foretelling the destruction of mankind. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Chris's Crypt of Cinema, and that poem is from the 1976 horror classic and our topic for today, which is The Omen. Directed by legendary director Richard Donner, whose list of credentials is it's too much to even go over, but he directed films like The Goonies, Scrooged, and my personal favorite Superman movie, Superman 2, and it stars Academy Award-winning legendary Hollywood actor Gregory Peck as Robert Thorne, Lee Remick as his wife Catherine Thorne, David Warner as Keith Jennings, Billy Whitelaw as Mrs. Blaylock, their nanny, Patrick Troughton, who appeared in quite a few Hammer films, legendary British character actor, and last but not least, we get Harvey Spencer Stevens as Damien. This film came out in the mid-70s. Horror was changing. Horror changed a lot in the 70s. Satanism and the satanic theme really took a strong foothold in horror, especially in Europe. Over here in the States, we got this film, we got The Exorcist, and we got Rosemary's Baby. Personally, I don't really care much for Rosemary's Baby. If you ask me to pick a favorite between this one and The Exorcist is great. It has a reputation for a reason. It is arguably the scariest horror film of all time. For pure terror and shock value, you can't beat The Exorcist. I just personally prefer The Omen out of the two. The atmosphere, the storytelling, the acting, it really does it for me. I really personally prefer that over The Exorcist. The Exorcist is great, not downing it, but out of the two satanic themed big time horror films of the 1970s in the US, I prefer The Omen. So this video will contain spoilers for a near 50-year-old movie. So if you haven't checked it out, stop this video, check out The Omen. You'll really be glad you did. So now that we got that out of the way, so this film is about a couple who, we start out in Rome. They are in the hospital in Rome. Mrs. Thorne gives birth to a baby that unfortunately dies. Unbeknownst to her, the hospital offers her husband an infant, a newborn baby that no one knows where the parents are. So instead of his wife's heart being just completely shattered by the death of their natural born child, he takes the hospital's offer and he secretly adopts the baby boy, and all is well. So they go back home to the United States. 5 years later, everything's going good. They're raising the little boy. He's a normal, good-looking, healthy kid. Mr. Thorne is offered a political position. He is offered the position of U.S. ambassador to the United Kingdom. So he and his family move to the UK. Again, everything's going great. Everything's going wonderful until some strange events start happening around Damien. A mysterious black Rottweiler appears that just will not go away. It actually turns out to be a hound from hell. His nanny commits suicide during his 5th birthday party, and then mysteriously, without anyone asking, a new nanny shows up who happens to be sent there by the devil himself to watch over the boy. Damien is the Antichrist, and no one is aware until this priest named Father Brennan begins to contact Mr. Thorne and gives him the warning signs and tells him who Damien really is. He is destined to bring about the fall of man. He is the Antichrist. Father Brennan is on his way back to his church after having his meeting with Mr. Thorne, and before he can make it inside, he is impaled in the churchyard. Supernatural forces are already at work and already causing chaos and death. So, during all these events, there is a reporter that has taken pictures of, happens to have taken pictures of some of the people who have died. And he develops the film, and he notices that there are what he thinks is flaws, but what actually turns out to be omens. In every one of the pictures that he's taken of the people who would go on to die, their death is foretold within the pictures. So he gets in touch with Mr. Thorne. He shows these things to Mr. Thorne, and they go on an investigative trip to find out if Damien is really who Father Brennan fears him to be. They go to Rome, and Mr. Thorne looks into who was Damien's real parents. He goes to the hospital where Damien was born. There's no records. All the records have been burned in a fire. But he eventually finds the priest who was at the hospital when Damien was born. He has been disfigured. He's really not doing good at all. He does manage to communicate with Mr. Thorne and gives him the location of the grave of Damien's natural mother. So Mr. Thorne and the reporter travel to this remote location, where this graveyard. They find the grave that the old priest was talking about. They open it up, and it's not even a human within the grave. It's a jackal. Damien's mother was a jackal, and his father was Satan. Mr. Thorne's fears are confirmed, and he eventually gets in touch with this priest who tells him how to destroy the Antichrist. He is given a set of daggers. He is told how and in what position to use them on Damien. But before he is able to dispose of the child, he is gunned down by the police, who thinks he's just snapped and gone crazy and is trying to kill his own son. He's actually trying to just save mankind, and they stopped him. Crazy how these things happen in horror movies. If they just allowed him to kill this kid, then he wouldn't go on, to destroy the world. Cops, they screw everything up. But the film ends with Damien actually being at the side of the President of the United States. He is destined to go all the way to the top of the political world. And that's how the film ends. In a nutshell, that's the plot. Great film. Lots of great acting, great storytelling, great atmosphere. It's got everything you would want. This movie, for its time, had some really good kills, some pretty gory kills. The impaling of Father Brennan, and the reporter who helps Mr. Thorne is actually beheaded by a pane of glass, and it's pretty gnarly especially for its time. You got to remember, this film came out in 1976. It's pretty tame by today's standards, but for that time, it was pretty extreme. I'm a big Hammer horror fan, and this movie almost feels like it could have been a film that was done by Hammer, so it's kind of got that going, little extra sauce for me. I have it on Blu-ray, and it is actually part of my Omen box set that was put out by Scream Factory. This movie does have 4 sequels, and it was actually remade in 2006. So this film has been released individually on DVD and Blu-ray, but mine came in the box set, so this particular version is not available unless you buy the box set. So I'll just show you what the specs on the Blu-ray. So here's the front cover, and here is the back. There's a shot of Damien, and I'll read the specs off in just a moment. And there is the disc. There's Gregory Peck and Lee Remick and Damien there in shadow. So the specs on this movie are as follows. We get, on special features, we get a 4K remaster from the original camera negative, which is the highest quality that you can get. It has new interviews with the author, David Seltzer. We get an audio commentary with the director, Richard Donner, and the editor, Stuart Baird. We get an audio commentary with Richard Donner and filmmaker Brian Hagelin. We get another audio commentary with film historians Lem Dobbs, Nick Redman, and Jeff Bond. We get an isolated audio score. We get an introduction by Richard Donner himself, theatrical trailer, TV spots, radio spots, still gallery, and there's more, but it's not listed on here. The video is 1080p high definition widescreen, and the audio is DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 and mono. So that's the specs for the Blu-ray. This film, I'm not sure if it's on any streaming services. If it would be on any, it would probably be Tubi. I doubt that it is on Netflix or anything like that, but I'm not sure. I don't have those particular streaming services. I prefer physical media. So that's my video. That's my thoughts on the Omen. It is, as I said before, it is one of my favorite films from the 1970s. It has everything you'd want. High drama, lots of scary moments. Can't ask for more. So guys, that's it for me and the Omen. And also, before we end this video, if you're seeing this, you're watching it on my new Facebook page. I'm going to be posting all of my future videos on this page. I won't be posting them on my personal page anymore. If you're watching this, you've accepted my invite. Thank you for that. If you're watching my video, thank you for that. Give me a like. And I also will still be posting these videos on my YouTube. So if you prefer to watch them on YouTube, that's fine. They will be on this page and they will be on YouTube as well. Give me a like, give me a subscribe on my channel. I really appreciate it. It costs nothing. It really helps me out, and it really means a lot to me that anyone out there would take the time to even watch one of my videos. I really do appreciate that. And that's it for me today, guys. I'll see you on the next one, and there will be new content coming. I am kind of hampered by time right now. My work schedule has really gotten crazy and is only going to get crazier in the coming months. So content is a little slow in coming compared to when I first started this, but I promise there will be new videos coming soon. So take care, check out the Omen, and I'll see you in the next time.